Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I've got some more historic news if you're part or a supporter of the Reform UK Party. So today, the Reform UK Party became the only political party to ever get more members than one of the two big establishment parties, that being the Conservative Party or the Labour Party. So the Conservatives, who was in second place, with 131,600 members, was today overtook by Reform UK. And Reform UK, just to spice it up and to rub salt in the Conservatives' wound, did a countdown on the website with the number 131,600 and made the announcement when they hit that figure. And of course, that is the amount of members that was eligible to vote in the Conservative leadership race a few months ago. So it shows the Reform Party are massively on the rise. I would guess that the Conservative Party figures may have even dropped since then, because I think a lot of these new members will be previous Conservative members. But that has still not stopped Kemi Badenoch from coming straight out on Twitter and denouncing and making some quite wild accusations against Nigel Farage. So I'll just read you this bit out of The Spectator. Nigel Farage's party projected a countdown clock last night to mark the moment when Reform got its 131,600 member, thus beating the number who voted in the last Tory leadership contest. But Kemi Badenoch is clearly not prepared to take Reform's claim at face value. 5 hours after Farage declared the youngest political party in British politics has overtook the oldest political party, Kemi Badenoch went on Twitter to fire back in a 300-word response a few tweet thread. Badenoch accused Farage of manipulating your own supporters. She suggested that Reform's countdown timer was nothing of the sort. It's not real, it's fake o'clock, she said. It's coded to tick up automatically. We've been watching the back end of the days and can also see they've changed the code to link to a different site as people pointed this out. She then goes on to claim that the Conservative Party have actually increased its numbers since then. So Reform are lying, the Conservatives now have more numbers. Talk about deluded or what? And what you can really take from that is the only bit of truth Kemi's talking is when she says, we've been watching the numbers go up at the end of every day, which means Kemi Badenoch, the leader of the opposition, the leader of the most powerful political party to ever exist, is waiting up at night to look at the end of day count that the Reform UK are doing. And she's announcing and making out that Reform UK have some type of setup on the web page that shows the numbers going up each time a member signs up. And it's somehow coded to another website, and all the numbers are lies. So it's lying about the numbers it's got and manipulating them. Somehow Kemi Badenoch wants you to believe that the Conservative Party still has more members. Now, the truth of the matter, although it's good signs for the Reform Party, it doesn't actually mean a whole lot when it comes to the next general election. The Labour Party have hundreds of thousands of MPs, but yet this is the first time that they have ever won an election. So rather than Kemi Badenoch just bat it off and just get on with it, it shows just how much the Reform Party are living in Kemi's mind rent-free. And it also shows that the Conservatives have nothing to offer whatsoever. You imagine someone like David Cameron admitting that, and I don't like David Cameron, but to talk about being a professional politician, David Cameron would not have admitted, or Boris Johnson or Theresa May, that they had stayed up at the end of every night to see another political party's membership numbers growing. And the idea that the Reform Party would make this up is absolute pie in the sky. And I think this is going to be the start of the end of Kemi Badenoch. There is still, I call them career politicians, but they are experienced politicians in the Conservative Party who have seen prime ministers and leaders come and go. And when they see things like this with Kemi Badenoch, I think the writing's on the wall that Kemi will soon be toast, along with Keir Starmer. The only political leader out the big three parties will be Nigel Farage. But one last point I'd like to pick up on this is the Conservative parties aim to all this. So by claiming that the numbers aren't right now Surely they know in a couple of weeks' time the numbers will just keep going up and up and up. And at what point do they stop denying it and then admit it? So let's say in 2 weeks' time the Reform's numbers go up another 20,000. That then will be too many for the Conservatives to deny the Reform's membership is bigger. Then it just looks stupid, the statements Kemi Badenoch made now, which really brings into question who's advising Kemi Badenoch when it's coming to these type of statements or these type of tweets. It would seem that nobody. And in other news, we're being told by plenty of news sources that Robert Jenrick is sitting by, building up support amongst the MPs and criticising the lack of movement on the political needle that Kemi Badenoch has made. So that this will be music to his ears, because again, Robert Jenrick, I don't trust a word he says, but he's not the type of politician to fall for this type of bait. Well, let me know what you think. What do you think about Reform UK's membership overtaking the Conservatives? Do you believe any of the accusations that Kemi Badenoch's making? I certainly don't. And what do you think about the response of Kemi Badenoch? Does it show just how she's not cut out for the top job of the Conservatives? And finally and lastly, I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, and I'll see you on the next video.